Alright, I'm doing another video where I have to watch 5 anime recommended by my fans on Patreon. If you want to recommend stuff for a future video, patreon.com/prozd. It's $1 a month. There's a link in the description. The first one I chose was Galaxy Express 999, specifically the movie. This is a Leiji Matsumoto film, and it's basically about a kid who his mom gets killed by this evil robot named Count Mecha, and so he decides to board the Galaxy Express 999. It's this train that goes through space. He meets this woman, Maytel, who looks just like his mom, and basically he's on a mission to get a mechanized body so that he can avenge his mother's death. What I didn't know about this was that actually, I knew that there was a TV show. I had thought that this movie came out after the show was done. But what's interesting about it is that the movie actually came out before the manga and the show ended. So it kind of spoiled, I guess, the whole ending for both series, which is really interesting. I feel like I've never heard of that happening in anything. Overall, I thought it was a really interesting sort of like sampling plate of Leiji Matsumoto works, because I was like, does this one have Captain Harlock in it? Turns out, yes, he's a big part of it. And it has Queen Emeraldus, these very famous characters. The only exposure I'd had to Leiji Matsumoto before was I had seen the remake of Space Battleship Yamato, which was a great show. But I'd never seen the original. I had no idea what the plot of Galaxy Express 999 was. So for it to be this kind of like revenge story and like talking about mortality and, you know, mortality versus immortality, you know, is it better to have a mechanized body or not? I had no idea that that's what this movie was going to be about. And I gotta say, for something that, a film that sort of compiles or summarizes an entire like 100+ episode series, I thought it did a pretty good job. I haven't seen the original show, but from what I understand, it's very like episodic. Like, you know, this train is they stop at different planets and they go to different planets and stuff happens. So in the movie, it's only about like 4 planets. And I feel like it's the only purely plot essential stuff. The only time where it kind of felt a little rushed was the end part of the movie is, it felt to me pretty chaotic. A lot of things being revealed happening at once and going, oh, okay, what? Oh, alright. Oh, that's what this is now? Okay, interesting. Again, not bad. For the characters, it would have benefited me watching the show and to get more attached to some of these characters. But I will say that unlike, because I've watched the Gundam movies and I've watched the Macross movie, and those movies, it truly felt like, oh man, there are certain characters that are getting no screen time, but you know in the series, they're awesome. But we're getting nothing from them in the movie. I felt like in this, all the main characters had enough screen time where I got it. You know, like I understood the characters, so I enjoyed it. I think it was just a fun. I love the music. I love the visuals, how he draws characters. Overall, it was a good time. And again, like it was kind of like a nice sampling and like crash course on Matsumoto works, because it had Harlock, it had Morales, it had all these characters in it. So I kind of got to experience a lot of his stuff in one contained thing. I had a good time with it, especially that kind of like 70s, 80s kind of style. It was fun. Alright, anime number 2 is Read or Die. This is an OVA from like 2001, and I had seen maybe a little bit of this a long time ago, but I had never actually watched the whole thing. And it's about this girl named Yomiko. She's like an agent for like this British spy agency who can control paper. Basically, there are these historical figures that are like resurrected and they're trying to steal this book. And she's trying to get it back. It's a lot of fun. I think the action sequences are really just enjoyable. The set pieces are creative. It has kind of like almost like an Indiana Jones-esque vibe, because it takes place in a bunch of different, locations. Like there's a Statue of Liberty thing, and there's like this whole area that's like surrounded by giant walls of water. The different sort of fights they have are really well animated and just I don't know, it's got this pulpy, fun vibe. The main character is very cute. She just loves books, and she's kind of ditzy, but very kind, or, you know, it's, yeah, I wasn't expecting maybe to like it as much as I did. I don't know why. But it was just a really good time overall. So, yeah. I'm glad I finally got around to watching it. I know there's like a companion show or something I never saw. 3-episode OVAs from 20 years ago with that really good animation. That shit hits. It hits pretty hard. I really enjoyed it. Anime number 3 is Frieren. And obviously a lot of you already know what Frieren is, but if you don't, Frieren is about an elf who was part of an adventuring party. She was with the heroes adventuring party. They defeat the Demon King, and then time goes on, because as an elf, she lives way longer than humans, and so her former companions get older, and then the hero passes away, and then it's her just like dealing with, wow, like I didn't even think about how short his life would be, and she tries to kind of like retrace the journey they took. So I had read the manga already, and I really liked the manga, but for me the manga I think peaked in the first few volumes, and then I unfortunately kind of liked it less and less as time went on. But I will say, oh my god, the anime blew me away. I truly think the anime is the way to experience it. It is phenomenal. It is every episode, like I'd say 95% of the episodes had me tearing up. The animation is beautiful. The performances are just great. The music, the pacing is exquisite. It really just takes what was already a very good manga and just elevates it to something that to me is like a fucking masterpiece. It really lived up to all the hype. This was not overhyped for me. I figured I would really like it because I thought the manga was good, but man, I love Frieren. I think she's just such an endearing character. I think all the characters for the most part or I'd say most of the characters are quite endearing in their own way. The dynamic with her and the other party members in her current party are really funny. And man, this show is so good. Like, because the last part of the show are like these arcs that in the manga I was like, oh, these are all right. But man, revisiting them in the anime and I was way more into it. I don't know. I think it's just the presentation and everything just had me so much more invested. I just finished watching it, so it's too early to tell. But I could see this being in my top 10, like top 20 for sure already. It is a show that deals with just like the sadness and yet beauty of time passing. And that's what the show is all about. And I am a sucker for that theme. I was so in love with this. It was just great. And then, I mean, if you like action sequences, the action is really great too. If you like comedy, I think it's really funny. If you like just seeing characters spend time together and enjoy each other's company, it's got that. It's got it all. Man, I loved this. I have not been this blown away by an anime in a while, and I thought this was just amazing. Anime number 4 is an OVA from 30 years ago, which is crazy to think about that this is 30 years old now. But it's Gunsmith Cats, which I had actually never seen. I knew a friend who was really into this back in the day, and honestly, this fucking slapped. It's about 2 girls who run like a gun shop, and they get tangled up in like some rip-roaring, like, gunning, and there's like gun salesmen, and it's a whole thing. It's just a lot of fun. It's very action-packed, cute girls with weapons, really well animated. It's really charming. I love that 90s art style. I mean, it's not anything earth-shattering in terms of plot, but I don't know, just badass gun girl. Riley Vincent's awesome. I don't know what else to tell you. That's kind of all I really needed. But yeah, I found it very charming, very it's only 3 episodes. It was a very breezy, enjoyable viewing experience. I had a great time. It was also nice hearing like a lot of my favorite like classic seiyuu as well. Some really fun performances in this. Can't go wrong with Gunsmith Cats. I really liked it. Alright, the final anime I chose for this is Angel Beats. I'm just gonna straight up say, yeah, I really didn't like it. So, I'm gonna make a lot of people mad. So let's just kind of get into it. If you don't know what Angel Beats is, it's about this guy, he wakes up, he's lost his memories, and he's in like an afterlife, and it's like a high school, and these students have weapons, they're fighting this girl called Angel. And it's just like, yeah, like she's trying to obliterate us, and we gotta, it's like this war against Angel, and we're all these students in this afterlife, which is a okay premise. I don't hate that premise, but this show is so baffling to me in terms of its tone, because when I'm presented with, oh, it's a show about an afterlife war with guns, and we're trying to fight this angel, I'm like, okay, sure, I guess I can get behind that. But it's very quickly established that death doesn't matter. You cannot die because it's the afterlife. So like, if someone gets brutally stabbed or shot or whatever, it literally doesn't matter because they will just revive. The whole second episode is actually comedic and just like kind of making fun of this because like they can't die, so if they get trapped in a death trap, it doesn't matter. It's treated very lightheartedly, which is fine if that's the kind of show this was. Like if this was just like a comedy, then I'd be like, okay, that's kind of funny. Which the most of the show is very silly, which I don't hate, but the tonal just confusion for me is that, okay, this is just episode 2. Like, one of the main character girls, she reveals, because they all have memories of their past life before they came to the afterlife. And again, episode 2 spoilers, she reveals that when she was young, she had 3 siblings, younger siblings, and there was a home invasion, and the burglars murdered her siblings one by one in front of her. They were like, go find something valuable. You have 10 minutes, otherwise we'll kill one of your siblings. And we kill all of your all of her siblings, younger siblings, get brutally murdered in front of her. And then it's just like, ha ha ha, back to like, ha ha. I'm like, what the fuck is going on with this show? Like, I gotta be honest, a lot of the backstories in this are just pure melodrama. Just like, okay, like, I didn't feel sad watching these, just kind of like, okay, yeah. But most of the show is like, the best way to describe it is not a lot of anime. There's some anime for me where it's like, it's zany, but not funny. And that to me describes Angel Beats. I mean, there are some jokes that were pretty funny, but the overall tone of it is zany without being funny for me. There's also like so many characters, and there's only 13 episodes, and so many of them are just one note paper thin, just like jokes. Like one guy, he speaks English. That's literally it. That's the whole joke. He's not a character. They don't get any development. They're just kind of there to fill up the space. And then the pacing's bizarre. Like, characters will just get introduced like, oh, here's a new antagonist. Oh, never mind, we're good. Like, oh, here's a new threat. Never mind, we're good. Things get resolved very quickly. It really just feels like sometimes stuff happens in between episodes and you're like, oh, stuff happened, you're good. I don't get it. I really don't get it. What did I like about the show? It's got a girl rock band. They were pretty cool. The songs were actually legit pretty good. The animation was good. Not really a big part of the show. It's like kind of a big part of the show at the beginning. There's a pink-haired girl. I think her name's Yui. She was pretty funny. I thought she was very, like, pretty entertaining. The angel girl, Kanade, she was cute, I guess. You know, kind of like the awkward, stone-faced girl who, you know, sure. What was this? It truly, with 13 episodes, it felt like a lot of time was just being wasted with just some of these episodes. Like, I didn't believe in any of these, like, friendships and romances at all. I just could not get attached to anybody. I just didn't really care what was going on. I feel like there are shows that can balance both comedy and drama. This one couldn't do it for me. I think it needed to be one or the other. Either be this zany comedy about the afterlife with like kids with weapons, or be like a emotional show about, you know, and have stakes and tension and like make me invested in that conflict. But because no one can die and it's treated as a joke, I'm not invested in this conflict. And it's not even really a conflict. They just do like these like little petty pranks on the angel. We're gonna blow people's lunch tickets out of their pockets. Who cares? I don't care. I'm getting heated, but I'm like, what was this? What was this? I don't get it. Yeah, I don't know. I don't know. Strange show. Not in, like, there were some decent parts in there. Like, again, some of the jokes were okay, and I think the main character's backstory, when it's revealed, is pretty good. Like, it's not like there's no value to this, but it's really not for me. Felt like it was rushed, tonally so all over the place. I couldn't get into it. It's just not for me. So, yeah. Anyway, I know a lot of people are not going to be happy about it, but I really, really did not like this. Alright, that was 5 anime recommended to me by my Patreon supporters. If you want to recommend shows for a future video, my Patreon is patreon.com/ProZD. It's $1 a month. The favorite of this batch was definitely Frieren. I thought Frieren was amazing. I loved it. It lived up to the hype. I'm glad I finally watched it. But yeah, that's this video. See you in the next one. Peace.